Okay, welcome back here to Sporting Bet Park, about 10 minutes away from our first race. A really good betting race shaping up here. We thought it would be, and it is. As you can see, a terrific afternoon ahead of us, weather-wise, and I think horse-wise. Hopefully, more importantly, pocket-wise, punting-wise. Now, Shaft's been 3 back to 290. Soft early, solid late. Silent Whisper pretty solid. So too Berlutti. So too Nozomi, the Drifter Duck Dynasty. Here's the man of yard with number 1, Silent Whisper, to kick us off. Ran favourite in the Maribyrnong Plate, so we've seen him here before. And the stable absolutely flying at the moment. Lloyd Kennewell with their 3-year-olds, and they bring this one over off a win. Soft ground, albeit, and they get Ollie.
It was a good return win. It was backed heavily, beat a horse called Crashed. It was then beaten a lip 23rd of August when backed heavily. They beat 3rd clearly. Deeper into the form, there's form around Duckworth, Piacenza and Boomway, you mentioned through the Maribyrnong Plate. Left alone at the top of the weights, the query, but in the mix, 4th top-rated run.
Okay, number 2, Bell Flyer, out to $12, and it shows how deep this race is because this was 3 in the 280 at Geelong on the synthetic and was most impressive through the line.
Yeah, really impressive. The last 100 was very tidy. Times backed it up, 59.3, broke 34 seconds last 600. Stack of upside in the mix, 5th top-rated.
Looks well in the yard off a freshen here. Berlutti, after setting itself up for affirmation, ran favourite in that race. Had beaten Tantat Sun. That's all good form. Bit of fitness here, bit of acclaim suits for Bayliss, and love the way it presents in the yard.
Yeah, he won a hot form race at Sale on wet ground. Horses thrashed out of that, came out and won. Prior to that, he wasn't far off Get the Nod, Royal Schnitzel. That's outstanding form. Forgive the last run on speed in a Swoopers race at 1400, 2nd top-rater.
Getting a bit toey here, the 2, Bell Flyer, just going for a bit of a skip around the yard here and got away from the clerk of the course. He's an illustrious lad. Got ability, he's been gelded this campaign. Got to start showing us that he really has got it, because I think he has.
He was fair first up. That was 1,000 metres. Went to 1,100 Bendigo and ran okay. Obviously, that form worked out pretty well. Fast Cash was 2nd in that race. A terrific run at Moonee Valley on Saturday.
Here's the wanted colt. You can see why he cost plenty of money. He parades beautifully. 420,000 for a wanted. Wow. And he ran up to those looks impressively at Geelong.
Yeah, he did. He was outstanding. That was off a fantastic jump out prior to that. He broke 1.4 for the 1,100. Came home 33.6 last 600. And the other 1,100 metre race that day in 58 grade was a tick under 1.5. So beat him 6. Can measure up. Top pick. Stablemate
next. Duck Dynasty. Pretty soft in the market here at Duck Dynasty. Trying a few gear changes for this campaign, ear muffs and so on, to try and he can be a bit cantankerous. So take on trust, I think they say here.
Resumes off an 18-week break. Trialled 15th of August, drifted back, made good late ground. Marked the trial as more than sound. Debut behind London Lolly Rougeau ties in well. Then was sound behind Merion, who was terrific on Saturday at Moonee Valley.
Here's 8 Nozomi, another who paraded beautifully here in the yard, the Street Cry colt. I like what I saw last Friday, the jump outs at Flemington, and it's a positive lead for mine that they go from the jump outs Friday to a run on Wednesday.
And the other noteworthy point, Bruce, they went forward in the jump outs. On debut, They got a mile back after a tardy start. It was a terrific run, I thought. Then went to Flemington, close up behind Marion. Again, that form. Didn't have much luck either. Trialled 22nd of August, showed speed, was close up, untouched. Thought the trial was terrific.
Of course, trained by Anthony Freeman, hence the Daly colours here for Sheikh Mohammed rather than the Godolphin colours. There's the Ramsden family. Colours on Ramsden Street here. This has been to the trials to get it ready for this.
Yeah, trialled 19th of August, drifted back, ridden along, made ground. I thought the trial was okay. He should be fitter for it. At start number 2, wasn't far off More For Me, Hustle Eagle. That's a high rating race. Some hope.
The outsider here, Dom Pedro, didn't learn much about its ability or otherwise at Bendigo on debut.
Yeah, probably need to see it again. The bottom line, 15 out to $18 that day. We mentioned the Tudor Fast Cash form has been franked. Just need to see another run.
Well, okay, let's get your tips for the running of race number 1 here.
Yeah, what a terrific card. Headed, we're kicking off with a terrific race. The 3-year-olds benchmark 64, but plenty of these are headed to a better class of race, don't worry. Shaft on top from me, narrowly. Berlutti, Nozomi off the jump outs trials, terrific, and Silent Whisper. Just the big weight, some query shuffled him down. 5, 3, 8, and 1. Here's David Hayes with Bruce.
Well, Dave, your 3-year-olds looked as though they're building nicely for spring.
Yeah, they're winning their maidens well, and I've got a nice balanced team, I think.
Well, this one it's maiden well, obviously using Geelong because of the surface there to get them going and get a bit of confidence and get them into the system.
Yeah, well, you get the consistent surface there, and I find they pull up very well off it, so I have I train on it at home a lot, so it's nice. But of course you want them to end up on turf in the end, but it's, you know, they're not getting flattened and they're getting consistent surfaces.
Where's Chef in the totem pole of your 3-year-olds?
I hope up there. We'll see today. Look, he should sit on the pace and give a good kick. My one reservation was he was a bit aggressive with Michael last start.
Just watching him here, Dave. Is that a bit of him? A bit of headstrong?
No, he's normally okay. He went around to the gates a bit strong last start. I'd prefer him to go around with his head on the chest, of course, but Michael will get him there.
No doubt. What about Duck Dynasty? Kicking off another campaign. You're just trying a few different things with him today?
Yeah, look, he was a natural aggressive horse and he tends to cut his mouth. So we've put a hood on him trying to get him to relax. I instructed Nick to sit back quietly on him and produce him late. So he'll be doing his best work late, but I'll be pleasantly surprised if he could beat the favourite.
Earmuffs on today. It tends to be a bit more widely used in the modern age than they were.
Yeah, I Triumph March used them 100 years ago, and our highly strung horses we've used from time to time, but I do find that they relax very well with it, and horses that I think need a bit of relaxing, I have no hesitation to put them on.
So Chef, obviously your pick. You think he can go on with the job here?
Hope so, yeah, I think that worried me a bit, his behaviour, but I see he's going around all right now.
On you, Dave. There's David Hayes as Chef goes to the barriers here for the first at Sporting Bet Park. Number one's our market mover here, Silent Whisper, late rally for the South Australian in the powerful and informed Lord Kennewell stable. There's Lord's colours there, the green and the blue diagonals. Ollie up today, of course. Joe Bowditch injured recently, broke a leg. I know they say it in the artistic field, but the last thing you want is the sporting field. And Joe has got some great opportunities. We had some, and he's going to have to sit out literally for spring here and watch others ride these horses. But this is Silent Whisper. This is your market mover, Gator. $5.50 into $4.40 with that shaft drifting back out to $3.10. We're looking at the 8 here, Nazomi. It's getting a bit warm behind the barriers there. Nazomi, you look at him there on the screen. Not often you see the jocks off, but jockey off here on Nazomi. Dwayne Dunn. Not sure where Dwayne's got to, but not often you see them without jock. Behind the barriers, do you?
No, that's true. And look, if the jump outs and trials are any indication, which they generally are, he's obviously talented. It's a little bit of a worry. Paraded, well, you mentioned, went out onto the track though, and
he just got a bit warm out there.
Yeah.
Jockey challenge favourite today. Any other, believe it or not, $3.10. Reagan Bayless, $3.85 is the shortest of those with rides today. $3.85. D'Oliver at $4.20. Dwayne Dunn, $7.50. That's your jockey challenge. Any other favourite at $3.10. Reagan Bayless at $3.85. And of course, Reagan here on Berlutti, who's been $4.60 at the $4.80, into $4.20, back to $4.80. The real roller coaster. But best tried, number one, Silent Whisper. Good race to start. Terrific days racing here. Let's welcome in Greg Miles, calling all the action at Sporting Bet Park.
Get set. Thank you, Bruce. Getting ready for the opening event on the card. This is the Grand Hotel. And Ramsden Street about to come up into the gates for the opener. Also Nazomi, who's resuming riderless behind the line, and Silent Whisper. Damien Oliver gets out of the saddle there. So 3 to move in. And the favourite Shaft at $2.90, $4.50 for Silent Whisper, $5.70 Berlutti, and $7.50 for Nazomi, the top 4 in the marketplace. Now, here's Silent Whisper coming in riderless. The breakthrough victory in Adelaide last time out. Gets out to 1200 for the first time today. Holding on board. And Nazomi about to link into the gates. And they're just about right to go then. Ramsden Street will be the last one to get set. On course, Shaft is 310. Silent Whispers into 440 now. So 550 to 440. Matched at that price on the tote. And 480 Berlutti. Track upgraded, we're on a dead 4. And they're set for the opener. Ready at Sandown. away they go. And down on the inside, Dom Pedro didn't jump well, and he goes back in the early stages. And Berlutti first out, but Schaff away very quickly up there on the speed. And Illustrious Lad is on the rails third. 2 in front of Silent Whisper, posied up in about 4th placing, followed by Nazami. And back behind those horses, Dom Pedro's getting up on the inside, a length and a half to Bell Flyer. Duck Dynasty went back to be second last, and 2 or 3 to Ramsden Street. 700 left to go, and Berlutti scoots clear. A couple on Schaff in second placing outside Illustrious Lad. 1 away in 4th is Silent Whisper, who's a little bit deep, 3 wide around the outside of Nazami. Back on the inside, Dom Pedro's off the bit now. Cramped for a bit of room, didn't like it. Bell Flyer starts a move, and then a gap to Duck Dynasty and Ramsden Street. So Berlutti first into the straight, a length and a half on Schaff coming after it, and then Illustrious Lad on the rails. Silent Whisper is called on for his run down the outside, and Nazami was battling, and then came Bell Flyer. Berlutti in front, a length and a half clear down towards the 200. Schaff is rolling about a little bit behind him, not finishing off, and Bellutti's going pretty strongly. Running on as Bell Flyer on the outside. Bellutti's a couple of lengths in front though, and Berlutti all of the way. Won it by a length and 3/4. Silent Whisper had a bobber and might have got that second placing ahead of Bell Flyer. Schaff was a little bit disappointing in the run home, a bit full of himself really, and he was followed by Illustrious Lad and then Nazami. A break to Ramsden Street. Duck Dynasty second last, and last to go over Dom Pedro.
Well, he's too quick, isn't he? Jumped, controlled it and kicked away for Reagan Bayless. Had a fair bit of residual fitness on these and did everything right. Others may have run their race pre, but Berlutti comes out and runs it when you need to. Straight to the front, and a good campaign for the team here. $85,000 from Magic Millions it cost. He's got their money, or heading towards getting their money back here, Berlutti. Not a single doubt. Colt, well named. He goes straight and true. They've lined up for the placings here. Big forgive to Silent Whisper, covered some ground and fought on. Good run, Bell Flyer. Schaff may have run it pre-race and lost a bit of interest here. But don't knock the horse who does it right, gets it right, and gets the win.
Yeah, look, a terrific win. He bought clearly the best form lines, didn't he? He brought the Get the Nod, Royal Schnitzel form lines. I mean, they could have both, with a bit more luck, won stakes races last Saturday week. One did. Went to the 1400 last time. Didn't quite run that out in a swoopers race. Back to the sprint trip today. Leads, wins well, in form right up. Dominant win, runs 1:12.1. Okay time as well. 3:12. Silent Whisper, terrific. The market mover second up, I thought, given wide no cover from actually drew pretty well, but unfortunately for Ollie, got posted with his big weight and did a terrific job, I thought, given that.
Sure.
And Bell Fly best of the closers.
That's the Blue Blood Thoroughbreds colours. Time here 1:12 and a little bit. Can't get the last bit. 1:12 point something. They just don't crack fast times here. Yeah. On the new surface here, and that's probably encouraging for those who want some give in the ground.
Yeah, true enough. 3:12, 1:12.1 that time, but a dominant win here. Berlutti straight to the front. You know, probably had enough near the line, but that's fair enough. He'd used a bit of juice sort of to get that, establish that winning break, and they closed within about a length and a quarter. I thought the runner-up was terrific, given he was left alone at the top of the weights. They claimed around him, and then he was caught wide, unfortunately, from gate 4, and kept surging to the line. Good run. And Bell Fly, Betting Drifter, sound finale as well. Alrighty, Berlutti continues his terrific form and the form of his trainer, Mick Price. He joins Bruce Clark now.
Mick, good training effort here, freshened up, did everything right. Nice. And where's he sit, this horse, though, for spring moving forward?
Yeah, good question, Bruce. I think we just have to get around the edges of spring. Look, he's a nice enough colt. He did not get the 1400 the other day, so we had a freshen, and he's responded to that. I mean, he won on heavy track, he won on the good track here. Must pay compliment to this kid. He came out before we put him on, and he'd walked the track. He knew what went up in weight. I didn't totally restrict him, but I had an idea where I wanted to be. But look, he's a good professional kid, and you know, he's probably a lesson to some of the senior jocks. They need to do a bit more homework.
Okay, that's a good call, because he's got the time. He gets here early. Moody throws him on the float to get him out here early, so he's got plenty of time to do.
Doesn't matter. That's what they should all be doing. I just think his level of professionalism is good. It's credit to Moods. He's probably too scared not to do anything else. Look, I was really happy for Blue Blood. You know, they run a good syndication company, and it's a good win, and he deserves his win.
Absolutely. I know they've got a big open day at Gerald Ryan's in Sydney on the weekend for Blue Blood, so good luck to them. Thanks, Mick.
Good on you. Thanks, Bruce.
And here he is, the bloke who's got the biggest wrap of the day. We've only been going half an hour. It's a good wrap to start with for Regan Bayless. And Regan, really nice words from Mick about you there, about what you knew and did and came out and thought about this race.
Yeah, it's just, first of all, it's a great thrill to ride a winner for Mr Price. I've been at Caulfield since I was 13. I've always wanted to have a ride for him, so good way to kick off.
First ride for him?
Yeah, that's it, yep.
You went out confident and knowing what it was about and knowing what the race was about and what you had.
Yeah, no doubt. Mr Price just noted before the race that we sort of didn't want to give him too much of a squeeze out the gates, you know. We just wanted to fall out. We knew he had good gate speed, put himself there on a beautiful rain, and he kicked and he was too good. Pretty
professional type of young 3-year-old, isn't he?
Yeah, no doubt. That's what wins these young horses races, you know. They're really very professional. They put himself there, and I'm sure he's got a lot more in store.
Okay. Good start for the day for you, Regan. Good luck.
Thanks, Bruce.
Regan Bayless winning the first here on Berlutti out of a mare called Blarnix, hence the name. Well done to them.